winter had hit Marc hard. It wasn't just the biting cold. He'd just lost his job in a massive company restructuring. For a man who had always measured his worth by social success, it felt like the lights had gone out completely. He started spending his days in darkness, curtains drawn, unable to even think about the future. But his dog, Barnabé, saw things very differently. Every single morning around 6 o'clock, while the sky was still a deep, inky gray, Barnabé would quietly sit at the foot of Marc's bed. He didn't whine or demand anything. He simply waited, ears perked, his gaze fixed on the door. This simple act reminded Marc of Psalm 130, verse 6. "My soul waits for the Lord more than watchmen wait for the morning." He realized Barnabé was his own personal watchman. The little dog had no idea if the day would bring sunshine or rain, but he had absolute faith that his master would eventually get up and that life would start again. Barnabé never once doubted the morning. One afternoon, feeling completely overwhelmed by discouragement, Marc took Barnabé for a walk in a snow-covered forest. Everything around them looked frozen, lifeless, and dead. Marc let out a heavy sigh and muttered to himself, "It's over, everything is finished." But right at that moment, Barnabé started digging frantically under a thick layer of ice. After a few seconds of determined effort, he pulled out an old pine cone and proudly dropped it at Marc's feet, tail wagging. Marc couldn't help but smile. He understood the message. Under all that ice, life wasn't gone. It was just sleeping. This moment brought to mind the definition of hope from Hebrews 11, verse 1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Just like a seed buried under the snow, Marc's future wasn't dead. It was simply in a period of gestation, waiting for the right time to grow. Barnabé's hope was incredibly contagious. Watching his dog wag his tail excitedly in front of an empty food bowl, certain it would soon be filled, or sitting patiently by a closed door, positive it would eventually open, Marc slowly began to relearn what it meant to trust. He came to understand that hope isn't about the absence of problems. It's the presence of a quiet, persistent force telling us this is not the end. One evening, as he watched Barnabé sleeping peacefully, Marc reread a verse from Isaiah, chapter 40. "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary." Inspired by his furry companion's quiet resilience, Marc finally walked over to the window and pulled open the curtains, letting the light flood in. He started drafting new projects, not with the old fear of failure, but with the curiosity of someone who trusts that, as Romans 8 says, all things work together for good. Barnabé had no bank account, no resume, and absolutely no guarantees for the future. He only had his master. And for him, that was more than enough to be the happiest dog in the world. Marc decided it would be the same for him. His hope would no longer rest on a job contract or social status, but on the one who holds the entire world in his hand. The one who sent him a four-legged furry reminder every single day that the sun always, always rises. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires hope. We'll see you in the next video.